What's happening, guys? Guys, there's an issue that's been on my mind for quite a number of years now, but I've just never really took time to sit down and make a video about it and go over it. But this is something that I've constantly thought about every now and then because ever since I first started talking about boxing on the internet, probably going back to about 2009, 2008, something like that, where I first discovered Facebook and I used to talk about boxing on Facebook and several different boxing forums. And there's a recurring theme that I've been noticing, and I've been noticing it here on YouTube too. And it's when you offer a certain amount of criticism towards a certain fighter or a certain fighter's fan base, there's this one term or this one phrase that I keep seeing popping up over the years, and it's success breeds hate. A certain fan base of a certain fighter, or maybe not even just a fan base, maybe just someone who happens to like or respect a particular fighter or a particular athlete or whatever. What they'll say to you is they'll say, "Oh, you're just jealous. You're jealous of that fighter because of their success." The first fan base that I ran into that used to do that was the Carl Froch fan base, because I used to live in Nottingham and I know quite a lot of Carl Froch fans. And I remember on Carl Froch's official fan page on Facebook, you would hear that fucking 10 times a day, man. Every time someone would criticize Carl Froch or would say, "I think he should fight this guy," or "I think he lost that fight," or whatnot, just constructive criticism, they would say, "Oh, you're just jealous. You're jealous of the guy's success. You wish you were that successful." And I never understood the concept of that. I just never got it, because if you go by that logic, that I'm jealous of him because of his success, or I'm jealous of him because he's got money, or because he made it in boxing or whatever, I just don't get it, because wouldn't that then mean that I'm jealous of every single fighter in the world who has had a similar amount of success? I mean, think about it. If I'm criticizing a certain fighter, and I use Carl Froch as an example because he's the first one who I noticed it. It was his fan base that I first discovered this trend. If I'm criticizing him and I'm supposedly jealous of him, why just him? Why am I not jealous of every other fighter? I mean, I was a very big fan of Arthur Abraham, for example, another very successful fighter. I was a very big fan of Felix Sturm back then. I was a very big fan of Joe Calzaghe. Joe Calzaghe was one of my all-time favorites. Why wasn't I jealous of them? I mean, they were, yeah, at least in terms of longevity in their careers, I certainly think that Calzaghe and Sturm were far more successful fighters than Froch. Abraham, obviously, he lost to Froch, so you can't say that. But, I mean, this is what I'm saying, guys. Why am I not jealous of every fighter? Now, the reason why I'm making this video now and why I'm bringing this up after all these years is because I was on Facebook recently, earlier today, and there was a post that was put onto several different groups, and it was, "Why isn't Andre Ward a big draw?" And I'm sure at least after every two comments, someone would say, "Oh, well, it's because people are jealous. Success breeds hate." Several people said that in the comments. They said success breeds hate. And I had a quick debate with a few people in the comments, and I was just like, well, why is nobody hating on Kovalev? If the people that don't like Andre Ward and don't want to buy his fights find him boring and don't want to watch him, if it's really about being jealous and hating him because of his success, why are we not hating on Kovalev? Okay, he's successful too, isn't he? I mean, I suppose some people would take it further and try and make it a racial thing. Certainly, a lot of people do that. But I mean, then you would have to say, oh, if it was a racial thing, if it was because Andre Ward is half black, then you would have to say, oh well, every single black fighter in the world who is successful, I must hate. But I don't see the same people that criticize Andre Ward criticizing Tim Bradley or Sean Porter, guys like that, or Anthony Joshua. I don't see the same people that criticize Ward criticizing those guys. Fighters that have taken more risks than Ward has, and have been um, more entertaining in the ring in terms of their style than Ward has. Even Wilder, I don't see the same people that, at least not universally, I don't see the same people that criticize Ward criticizing Wilder. I've noticed that a lot of people that criticize Wilder, it's for a completely different reason. It's to do with his selection of opponents, but stylistically, he's entertaining to watch. But I mean, That's why I say that. I don't think it's about jealousy. I don't think it's ever about that. I think people that say that, they're basically just using that as a cop out. That's what I think. Because, like I said, if I'm jealous of Ward, or I'm jealous of this fighter, I'm jealous of Froch, whatnot, because of their success. There is plenty of fighters that have been more successful. Okay, plenty of fighters that have made more money. Manny Pacquiao, like I said, has made 10 times more money than Ward will ever make in his career. So, should I be jealous of him? Should I be jealous of Floyd Mayweather, the richest fighter in the sport? You don't hear me criticizing him every day. So, look, my criticisms of Andre Ward, the reason why I don't support him, the reason why I no longer like him as a fighter, it's a number of different things, but it's nothing to do with success. Okay, I wish him all the best. I don't like the way he fights. I don't like his style. I don't like the fact that he cheats, and that is a fact. The man is a cheater. I don't like the fact that he has been very selective about his opposition, and then when he finally fights somebody who's a threat, everybody acts like it's the greatest thing they've ever seen. I don't like the fact that he wasn't humble, and the fact that he clearly lost his last fight and got given a gift, even though he has claimed in several interviews, and you can check my channel if you don't believe me, I've got the footage. He's claimed in several interviews that if he was ever given a victory that he didn't earn, then he would speak out about it. That's the kind of person that he is, he claimed. So I expect people to honor their word. I expect people to be genuine, and Andre Ward is not genuine. Okay, so guys, I want to get your guys' opinions on this, because some of you guys are a lot older and wiser than I am. Okay, I'm only a 22-year-old kid. Well, I'm not a kid. I'm a grown man. But what I mean is, compared to some of you guys, I'm a kid. I haven't had the life experience a lot of you guys had, and what do you guys think about that? That idea that if you're hating on a fighter, you're jealous, or success breeds hate. That's just, it's a term that I really don't like. I've never understood it, the whole term that success breeds hate, because I don't believe that at all. Because like if one of your close friends became very successful, you'd be happy for them, wouldn't you? I mean, if you hate on a person for being successful, to me that seems a little bit devious, in my opinion. Like, why would you wish ill on a person that you have no issue with otherwise? I mean, there has to, like I say, there has to be an underlying reason. There has to be another reason. Okay, like I said, like the reason I didn't like Carl Froch was because I didn't like his attitude. I felt he was overrated as a fighter personally. I felt that he was getting too much credit for things that he didn't deserve. I felt that his people were talking about him having the best resume in boxing and all that stuff, and it was way too early to be saying things like that. And same with Andre Ward. People saying that he's it's a similar situation with him now. People are saying that he's the pound for pound number one, when clearly that performance against Kovalev was not a pound for pound worthy performance. It has nothing to do with jealousy or hate. Okay, I'm not jealous of Andre Ward because of his success. I don't hate the man. So yeah, let me know what you guys think anyway. Let me know what you think about this issue, because I'd like to hear what some wiser people than myself think about this, because again, I've never understood the concept of it. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.